Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, welcome back to FTB Beyond. That's right, folks, we're back in our modded Minecraft world. We're doing all the modded things, having a great time doing it. Last episode, as you may or may not recall, we worked a little bit more on some of this applied Endergistics stuff. We also worked on a few things in some other places, especially back over at the end. We did some things over there. But what are we going to do today? Well, today today we're going to do some automation type stuff. That's right. We're going to get back into some applied Endergistics. We're going to get the automation set up for some of this stuff that these mundane tasks that we have all over the place, right? Like ore processing and excuse me, being able to make our inscriber, or not inscribers, but processors. You know, the logic, the calculation, and the engineering processors. Being able to just tell the system that we need those, stuff like that. But I want to show you a couple of things before we get going on that. And so let's do this, right? So I had a thought on where to put these things. And so one of the things that I did while we were away is I made this ME interface terminal. Ran into a little issue with it though. Check this out. If I come in here and get a piece of cable, right? So we get one piece of cable. Boom, skadoosh, right there, okay? Take that one piece of cable and put it over here onto the wiring as such so that this thing can line up with all of these. Check it out. Boom. Missing a channel. See up there at the, oh wait, online? It should be missing a channel. That's working. So something else may have gotten cut out. Last time I did this, it said that it was missing a channel, and it's because I'm overloading the circuit, overloading the side of this ME controller, which means we are going to have to do something with that, get that thing beefed up a little bit, get the multi-sided, multi-block structure that we need in order to get all the channels that we need. But I want 3 of these things in a row. I want an interface terminal, I want a place to do regular crafting, and I want a place to do patterns for auto crafting. So I came up with this. So this is going to be our main terminal hub, right? After we left each other, I moved all of the Ender.io storage stuff over here, just kind of to get it out of the way. Put the terminal over here so that you can get in there and still access the stuff that's still in there. But we're not going to use this this storage system. My official review of this storage system is that it's a very good system. It's actually very easy to make early game. Especially the tiny inventory systems, the one that you start off with. Those are super simple. You make yourself a capacitor, you make yourself some machine frames, you turn the machine frames into those other like machine plates or whatever they're called, and you can make these pretty simple, and you can build yourself a very powerful early game inventory system. But what I don't like is I don't like the NEI sync on this, because in order to just search your inventory, you got to clear whatever's down here out first. If there's anything here, you can't type up here, which is annoying. And then when it comes to auto crafting, I've never really been fond of the way that Ender.io does their auto crafting, and that's why we moved up the ladder to the Ender.io system. But what the plan here is, let me get a couple more of these cables. So cable. C-A-B-L-E. Actually, I don't really have to do that, because if I just break these, if I just break these like so, it breaks the cables that go with them. So now, oops, my inventory's full. Uh-oh. I have a lot of potatoes. I'll explain why I have a lot of potatoes here momentarily. But anyway, take some of these cables, right so, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to do this. So we're going to show you a couple of different options. We've got one this way, and so this is the ME interface, right? So if we put it on there like that, that interface is tucked back nice and neat. We could maybe put some chisels and bits pieces around the outside edges to kind of dress it up a little bit, maybe in that mud brick pattern, I don't know. Or the other place that we could do it is if we put this on top of the stair. There we go. If we put it right on top of the stair, then we could take and put a terminal like so, and so it would be easy to get to. It'd be right up here in your face, but you'd be able to see behind it. I don't know which one I like the best. I think maybe this one. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get some of this stuff moved around a little bit, but before we do that, I really want to get going on. Oops, that fell down. I got to go get it. I can go this way. I want to get going on getting this automation stuff handled for. Did I pick it up? Yeah, I did. I want to get this automation stuff handled for these inscribers back here. So last episode we talked about it a little bit. This one here is going to handle all of the finishing of all of the different presses or processors. This one's going to do all of the printed circuits. So this is going to do the silicon, this one's going to do the calculation, this one's going to do engineering, this one's going to do logic, right? But we need to have an interface system that will allow us to put the items into the inscribers, and then we're also going to have an import bus that will pull the items back out and bring them back to the storage system. Oh, we got patterns there. Okay, let's do this, this, and this. There we go. I picked up potatoes. I didn't want the potatoes. I want those. There we go. And then we'll put these back on here. So the crafting terminal was the one in the middle. Not that it really matters. This one here is the pattern terminal. That was over here. And then the ME interface. We're not going to hook that one back up yet because it's really not necessary to have it at this moment in time anyhow. So anyway, I went ahead and made some patterns, right? So I've got the encoded patterns for the printed silicon. I've got an encoded pattern for the calculation circuit. I got one, I've got one for the logic circuit, and I've got one for the engineering circuit. So what do I need to make this work? Like I said, I'm going to need some interfaces, and I also made a pattern for those. So interface, see here, you can auto-craft them. I want to tell it to make 3 of them, but I don't think it's going to let me because I think I'm missing some pieces. I am missing silicon. It says I have 1 available, but I need 1 more. It says that I need 2 more logic processors, and it also says that I need 2 more logic circuits. Everything else it says that I should have. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get 1 of these made up and 1 of these or 2 of these made up, and when I come back, we'll be and the other thing we need to have also, by the way, in order to make this work, is we're going to have what's called an import bus. I think I showed you one of these early on to pull off of the chest that's coming back from the mining dimension. So we're going to need several of these. Actually, was it 3? No, it was 4. Oh yeah, we're going to need 5 of these. What do we need to make those? A lot. Okay, so I need to make. I'm going to need to make a bunch of these logic processors. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. You guys have seen how all that works. You throw the stuff in the inscribers, and it comes back and it spits it back to you. Before I do that, before I cut away and show you how that works, I've been playing around with some villager mechanics. Okay. You probably just saw it there off of the corner. I went back out to a couple of the villages and found some more villagers, right? There is a vanilla mechanic that came about in 1.9 that made villager breeding super simple, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to build a villager breeder, okay? And as you can see here that I've already got a little bit of it started. This is a difficult process to set up. I didn't put it on camera, and I'm kind of wishing that I would have, but it uses the hitbox mechanic that was instituted in 1.9, where the villagers can stand on top of a cobblestone wall if there is less than less than a full block space for them to stand on. So the cobblestone wall's profile is smaller, but it's bigger than the fence post, right? And so since there's a cobblestone wall here, full block corners here, and a fence post there, you can actually get villagers down inside. And so what I need to do is I need to get 2 villagers there, 2 villagers there, 2 villagers in this space, and 2 in this space for a total of 8. But then when they start breeding, the babies do not stand on this hitbox. The babies fall through. And so what I'm thinking about doing is using that vanilla mechanic to create baby villagers and dump them straight into my smeltery. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, baby villagers will give you emeralds when they are cooked in a smeltery. I know it sounds rude, crude, and sadistic, but it'll be a good way for us to get emeralds in a way that we're not getting them now. Elysium said something about the Tome of Alchemy, which is a cool idea. That comes from Reliquary. The one thing that's holding me back on that is the charged creeper. You need a charged creeper to get the Eye of the Storm. I also don't have any witch hats, which I probably could set up a witch farm. I've got a witch and a soul vial, so I could probably set up a witch farm and get a witch hat for that as well. But the thing that's holding me back is the charged creeper. There is a way that you can create a charged creeper. There's a staff, I think it is, in Roots that will give you a charge capability, so you can capture a creeper and you can hit him with this staff, and it's just like you got hit with lightning, and it creates a charged creeper. And then you have to kill him, and there's a 10% drop of that Eye of the Storm. So we might look into that, but for right now, for a steady stream of emerald type stuff, I think I want to go this route because, I mean, this kind of looks cool. I mean, if I really had to think about it, if I really had to do something, this looks kind of cool. So what I can do is I can finish this off, and then right underneath it, where the baby villagers would fall out, I can rebuild my smeltery, and they would just fall right inside, right? And that would be a good way to get emeralds on a steady, regular basis. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut away. Go ahead and make up those logic processors that we need, and when I come back, we'll start setting up all of the automation for those processors. So see you in a momo. Okay, so we've got our interfaces, and we've also got our import buses. I made 4 of these, I made 5 of these, and how does this work exactly? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take all of this cable off of the, actually we don't have to take it off the back, I think I can just do this. If I do this and turn them into these low profile interfaces, and then stand up here, I think I can just do this. Yes, I can. So we just click those in there like so, right like that, boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room. So now this one here was going to be the logic press, right? And did I make a pattern for that? So this is printed silicon. I don't have a pattern for that, do I? Did I not make a pattern for that? I'll tell you what, let's do this one first. This one is going to be, oh, I did. So this is printed circuit. Oh yeah, okay, we're good. So this one here is the, do I say logic? Yeah, this one here is logic. So let's go ahead and find that logic pattern, printed logic circuit right here. So we put that in there like so. That means that this interface is what's telling the system back there, this is how you make a printed logic circuit. And it will import the items into the inscriber, right? And then the inscriber will do its thing, and then on the bottom we'll put, actually we could probably just do it on the top. The top would be easier, I guess. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and put some of those up here. So boom, boom, and boom. And then, whoops, and then we'll come over here and do the same thing over here. Boom and boom. We want to do this one here. This one here was engineering, I believe. Yes, it was. So we find the engineering press, which is our engineering printed circuit, which is that. This one here was calculation, right? Oh, we got to put the, there we go. So this one here is calculation, so that's going to be this one. And then this one here is printed silicon, because that's the only one left, right? And so now, when I go over there to the system and tell it, I want you to make this, it will send the materials over if they're available, and it will dump them into the interface, and it will make whatever that item is that I'm looking to make. So now we have to have a way to get it back, right? So that's where these import buses come in. So we're going to go ahead and put, go ahead and put this right here, like so. Boom, 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 and boom. And tie it back into this one, like so, right? So now, if I tell it that I want it to make any of these things, either printed silicon or a calculation press, or a calculation processor, or not a calculation processor, but a calculation printed circuit, engineering printed circuit, logic printed circuit, or any of the completed processors, it knows how to do that. So let's go check that out, because I want it to make something for me. I want it to make another drive automatically, right? So to make a drive, I have a pattern here, and that pattern includes all of the things that we just completed. It has to have 27 logic processors. In order to get 27 logic processors, you got to have 27 logic printed circuits. So we've got patterns for all of those, right? And it also has to make each one of these. It has to make the 1K, it has to make the 4K, it has to make the 16K, and it has to make the 64K storage components. And it does that using all of those processors that we just made, and then it puts it into a storage cell housing, which is what is it, quartz glass and some redstone and probably a little bit of other stuff. And so I've created patterns for all of that. So if I come in here just like so and tell it to go ahead and make me one of those, it should tell me what it needs, which it looks like everything is either available or can be crafted. How cool is that? Now, let's give it a shot. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Oops, I went ahead and closed it. I didn't want to do that. So 16K, or not 60K, 64K storage cell. We only want one. Go ahead and, oh, no crafting CPUs available. Aha. There's a reason for that. The crafting CPU is not available because, is it online? It is. Yeah, it's online, but it's only 1K. It's not big enough. So I'm going to have to upgrade that. We'll probably upgrade that to the big kahuna that this thing needs. You can make a 64K crafting storage, which is cool. But because I've got that all set up now, I think I'm ready to start moving things around. Although, can I just do this? Can I just do the 27 of these that I need? Can I do 27 of those? 27. Next. Yeah, it'll craft those, so go ahead and do that. And you can see that it's going to go ahead and start crafting those, right? Which is very cool. And then I should be able to go ahead and tell it to craft 9 of these, because it turns the 27 of these into 9 of these. Then I can go ahead and tell it to craft the 3 of these. And then once I get that done, I might be able to go straight to this. So give me just a minute and I'll get up to the 16K level, and then we'll go ahead and tell it to craft this. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do about this crafting storage unit that's too small. So hang tight and I'll be right back. Okay, we've run into a little snag. This is locked up. I've tried taking everything out of it. I've tried, it's stuck at 46%. It was at 42%. I wonder if it is actually still working. Interesting. It was at 42%. What about this one? This one's locked up too, but yeah, this one's still stuck at 92%. I'm not sure what's going on here and why it's doing that. I don't think it has anything to do with the crafting storage being so small. But it got going. It made a couple of the silicon, the printed silicon, and it made a couple of the printed logic, but after that it just kind of stopped, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's not going any farther. And I can break it too. If I break it, and it's still stuck, right? It still doesn't go anywhere. This is kind of I've never seen this happen before. This is kind of weird. I don't think there's a way that you can clear it. No. If you no. I was going to say if you shift click it like you do a pattern, then that might help, but it doesn't seem to help. Weird. This is weird. This may not work the way that I want. Hello. Yeah, it's still not doing it. I'm gonna try to relog. That's the only thing I haven't tried yet is to leave the world and come back. So I'll be right back and I'll let you know how that works out. Okay. Relogging didn't help. So I took the pattern and the silicon balls, and I moved to a different inscriber and just put them in manually, and it does seem to be working. So this one here and this one here may be corrupted. I don't know what's going on here. But that's weird. So I might have to go ahead and finish this manually for now, and then we're going to have to get into maybe a bigger crafting processor, or maybe some upgrades on these things to make them do their thing. What kind of upgrades are there for, let's see, inscriber? there's this upgrade right here, an acceleration card. How easy is that to make? It's an advanced card, which is calculation processors. Great. Diamonds. Holy crap. Huh. Interesting. Interesting to say the least. If you've ever seen this happen, I would like to know what we can do to fix that. Are you going to lock up now too? Why is it locking up? Why? What is going on here? It shouldn't be a power thing, should it? I mean, everything's working. I mean, everything is working. And the dimensional transceiver's got power on it. I know it does. Hey, quit it. Quit it. Get over that. It's not a power thing, right? Yeah, we got lots of power. What in the world? What in the wide world of sports is going on here? It's acting weird. I moved the import buses to the bottom, so there's that. I might want to go ahead and cover this hole up again. Boom. Is that still stuck? Still stuck. Why is it getting stuck? Oh, wait. No. Yeah, why is it getting stuck? I'm not sure what's going on here. All right, I'm going to have to pause for a minute and regroup and change gears and figure out what I'm going to do to fix this. And at the same time, we'll think about what we're going to do to wrap up the episode. So hang tight. Okay, for right now, we're back over here at the villager breeder. I still don't know what's going on with that. I've been rattling my brain here for a few minutes trying to figure out what would cause that thing to lock up, and I really can't figure it out. But we need to get 6 more villagers in this thing, right? And so I've got 2 here in Soul Vial. We got several more back there in the base. But what we need to do is we kind of need to put this guy right in here, just like so. See how he just drops right down into that space over there? He can't go this way because there's a full block blocking his head. He can't go this way because there's a full block blocking his head, and he can't go this way for the same reason. So now we can do this. I want to give a huge shout out to Unary Bit. Unary Bit is the one that came up with this villager breeder design, and I'm telling you what, it's pretty amazing. Now, what you want to be careful of is that you don't get the entities, or the not entities, but villagers to occupy the exact same space. See how you can kind of see that there's 2 heads here. If they are clustered up, it makes this thing not work as efficiently. So when we place this in there, we want him. Go on, get in there. Oh no! Oh, you're gonna be stupid, aren't you? You're gonna be stupid. Come back here. We want him to get in there with that other villager right there. So get in there. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, let's go get a couple more. And we'll try to get some more in here. Oh, I got to block this off. So after you've put the villagers in, you want to make sure that you block off the space. And now for the next one, we want to put 1 villager in and then do the other 2 and then go back and do the last 1. I don't know the reasoning behind that. But that's the tutorial. That's what the tutorial said. So that's what we're going to do. So we open up 1 space. We're going to get 1 villager. Which villager do we want? I want to try and use more vanilla villagers than non-vanilla villagers. I don't know that makes a difference. I think villager mechanics are villager mechanics, but we're going to try it anyway. So let's get this guy in. Get this guy in like so. In like Flynn. And he should just drop right down inside. So, boom. Oh, really? There we go. Get him in there like that. Cover him up. Open up this side. We'll get 2 more. and we'll just continue that process. So I'll be back as soon as I get all the rest of them in, and I'll show you what you got to do next. Okay, after you get all your villagers in, you can clear out this top row of glass. I'm going to put a link in the description to Unary Bit's video that showcases this thing, but also to ZAF. ZF Super Minecraft Adventure, he had an episode where he actually built this thing, where he actually did the tutorial for it, and it's pretty easy to follow. But anyway, you need to put some half slabs in here like this in kind of a cross shape, okay? And then on top of this block right here, you're going to need to put a glass block of some kind. I'm using quite clear glass, but I'm guessing anything will work. Let's get myself into hover mode here. And then we need to come up to get rid of this block right here. I like the quite clear glass because it's you don't have to silk touch it. But then we put a piston here, piston here, piston here, like so. Do the same thing on this side over here. Piston there, and then a piston right there. Nope, not facing that way. It's got to be facing down. Needs to be facing down. Perfect. Okay, then we can come up here and we can get rid of this. Ow. Ow. We can get rid of this block, like so. Okay, and then we need to put half slabs on top right there on these pistons as well. So boom, boom, and boom, and boom, like so. So you got 4 half slabs around a piece of glass, and then we need to kind of power this thing. That's why I got this redstone block. So we'll come up here and power this thing with that, and it'll push those pistons down, right? Go ahead and break this block. And then we come in here and we put in just some temporary glass blocks, like so. So boom, 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 and boom. Okay, and then we come up here again, and we power it again, and push those down again. And now we can clear all of this out, right? And we can clear these temporary blocks out. Sweet. And let's go down here to the ground and pick up anything that might have fallen. Doesn't look like anything did. Cool. So now we've got 8 villagers trapped in there, right? We can take this glass block out. We needed the glass block to push down the 1 half slab. Okay, that's important because you don't want when you throw your food in here, you don't want the food to be able to get down to any babies. The babies, you want them to have clear inventories, right? So now we can do that. We'll put some light up here since this is definitely walking height. We'll put some glass or put some light up here so that nothing can spawn and get in there and kill our guys. But now you just need to come down here and you need to break all of you need to break the first 2 these cobblestone walls. Those are 3 high, so you need to break the first 2 here, the first 2 here, first 2 here, and the first 2 here, so that there's 1 in the middle and then 1 around each side at the height of the villagers, and then that will kind of complete this process. So boom, 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 right? Then we need to build another platform up here higher. Right, we need to come up from here, and we need to put a villager up in the sky. We'll probably put him off to this side, but I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with this. I just wanted to show you guys how to finish this thing up and get it so that you have the right number of villagers in there. As long as you can go around and count 8 heads, then you're in good shape. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, we got 8 heads in there. Cool. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a cool way to do this. I'm gonna go ahead and put the 1 villager up higher and build the collection mechanism for the babies, and then we'll think about where we're gonna put the smeltery. We might actually build the smeltery all the way around this thing and just drop the babies straight in, because if I'm not mistaken, baby villagers will drop emeralds too when you deep fry them. I don't know that they give the same amount of emeralds, though. I would guess that they probably do. We'll have to see. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move this. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and move the smeltery, put it right here in the middle. I did put this thing in the middle of the... Yeah, it's in the middle that way, and it's in the middle that way. Good. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and finish up a few things here, and when I come back, we should have a mechanism in place that we can start breeding baby villagers. See you in a minute. So, I've been feeding these guys. I've been making a bunch of potatoes, growing a bunch of potatoes down there, and I've been feeding them. And if you watch close, you'll actually see them throwing the potatoes around to each other, which makes them happy. and when villagers get happy, they get jiggy, and when they get jiggy, they make babies. We're still waiting on the first set of love hearts to show up. I'm hoping that this will happen fairly quickly, but I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of AFK here, and hopefully we'll get some love hearts, and we'll see if a baby villager will drop down in there and see if it'll make us some emerald. So hang tight. Okay, I think I may have come up with something here. These guys need a steady supply of food. I know this is going to make this episode run a little bit long, but I think this is worth it. What I've done is I've created a couple of things. I've got a vacuum hopper, right? So this vacuum hopper is going to pull all of the potatoes in that our mechanical user. I made a mechanical user, pretty simple to make. Let's pull up the recipe for that. USER. It's just a vanilla dropper, a lever, and a resonating redstone crystal, right? Pretty simple to make. So what I can do is I can set this thing to always be running, always be bone mealing this potato plant. And so it's always going to be making potatoes, right? And then the vacuum hopper is going to pick those potatoes up. And what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. Can I break this without causing any undue damage? I think so, yes, because I need to be able to do this. I need to be able to get this dropper right here. Here? Yes, right here. Yeah, right there. So if I put the dropper there, it's facing up. I don't want it to face up. I want it to face down. Can I wrench it? I don't think I can wrench it, but we're going to try. I can wrench it. Cool. Okay, great. That's perfect. Okay, now we want to get the open crate. Oh, I don't have an open crate. I have to make one. I should have some stuff in here. Living wood. Let's just take all of it. We need to make some living wood planks. Okay, yeah, that'll work. So if we do this and we do this, then we get an open crate from Britannia. So let's take that. And we'll put this stuff back in here. We need this. We don't need it, but I want this because this will allow us to do some very cool things. It'll allow us to drop items directly beneath this. So boom, right like so. Cool. Now I need to get some item conduits and bring the feed from that up to here, right? It's going to be kind of ugly, kind of messy, and as a matter of fact, I might be able to increase the distance of that, maybe? Maybe. I don't know. Do I have any item conduits on me? I might have some. I got 64. That's plenty. We've got enough. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that right there. Set this for input, or insert. Okay. Yeah, let's go down here now. And hook that up like that. Set this up for extract. We won't worry about mode just yet. Okay, turn that on. There we go. Let's come up here and we'll just kind of do something kind of like this. I'm not sure if this is where we want to be or not. We're going to have to get this all the way up here. Yep, that's where I want to be. Am I in line yet? Oh, actually, I think I am. Cool. Do one more. Yeah, that'll work. And then bring this over just like so. Oh, baby, that's perfect. Okay, so now we can set this up to extract these all the time. Always active, right? So now we should be getting potatoes up here. Yes? Cool. Let's put this piece of glass back in so that we don't have a problem. And then I know I haven't done anything with the... I know I haven't done anything with our Britannia stuff lately. We are going to get back into Britannia. I've had some other things that I thought were more important. I think I've got a timer. I built a timer for that thing. So let's go over here, and I think it's in this storage system. Timer? Do I see timer? T-I-M-E-R. There it is. Perfect. So let's go ahead and take that. We'll go ahead and take that. And do I need anything else? I think this will work. I think I can just come up here and do something similar, something just like this. Do I have a block? I got another rack. Doesn't have to stay that way for it. Oh, come back here. No, no. Oh, poop. It's going up here. I need those. I need those. Give me those back. Thank you. Okay. Put a piece of netherrack down like so. Put the timer on there like so. And what's it set for? It's set for 100 ticks. Oh, there it goes. So is it dropping potatoes? Can't really tell. Can't really tell. It'd be nice if I could tell. Well, I know how I can tell. I can just go inside and look. That's how I can do it. See if it fires again and see if it drops one. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it's dropping potatoes down in there, and that should keep them fed, keep them happy, right? So let's go ahead and get some more bone meal. Boom, cool. Go ahead and put all of this bone meal in here. And yep, okay, so that's going to pick up those, that's going to pick up that. And we should be able to put that in there. Let's go ahead and make some more bone meal. Boom. Thank you. Make it a bone meal. Make it a bone meal. Oh boy. Oh poop. That didn't work out so well. Bones. Give me those. We don't want those in there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let this run and see if we can start seeing some love hearts come in. Hopefully we will, and we'll be right back. By Jove, I think we've done it. I missed it. I went to get some orange juice, and I missed it. Apparently, we dumped a baby villager in there because we have molten emerald. Ha! So our emerald problem has been solved. We have got a way to get emeralds really easily. We'll probably still go down the path of the Tome of Alchemy because there's a lot of things that you can do with that thing. It's a Tome of Alchemy right here. Like I said, it's from Reliquary. You charge it with redstone, and you can you can duplicate anything. You can duplicate lapis, you can duplicate gunpowder, gold, emeralds like it shows there. Some of this stuff you even get more than duplicate. You can take one cobblestone and get basically half a stack. You can take one sand and get half a stack. So lots of things that you can do with this thing. It is a very cheaty thing, but that's okay because, I mean, after all, it's modded Minecraft, right? So I think we're in good shape. 54 millibuckets? Yeah, 54 millibuckets. So yeah, each time a baby villager dumps out of there, we will get some stuff. Is that not picking up? Oh, okay, those are poison potatoes. No, those aren't all poison potatoes. Let's increase the range by 1. There we go. Now it's picking up. But I put a filter in here so that it doesn't pick up, so it only picks up regular potatoes, not the poison ones. Those will just sit there and despawn. It doesn't create that many, so it shouldn't create very much lag. We might find another way to pick those up and dispose of them. But yeah, I think that's going to do it, folks. Hopefully you have enjoyed this episode of FTB Beyond. I certainly hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed bringing it to you. Oh, we got love hearts. We got love hearts. Let's see if we can watch him dump a baby villager while we talk. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Oh, there he went. Don't forget to subscribe. The likes and subscriptions help out oh so immensely when it comes to those pesky YouTube search results. The other thing that helps out a lot is comments, so make sure you leave your comments right down here in the comment section below, and we'll chat about it. But thanks again for watching, folks. I want to thank my Patreon support staff. Those guys are there for me every single month, and I truly appreciate it. If you'd like to become a Patreon supporter, pay attention to the little outro clip that comes at the end of this video, and it'll tell you exactly how to go about doing just that. But again, thanks for watching, and until next time, we will catch you on the flip side. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. A very special thanks to my Patreon support staff. If you'd like to become a Patreon patron, visit my page at www.patreon.com/RB_plays to find out more details.